Hey, what's up, you guys? Solith'a Marie here. I wanted to talk to you guys about how I found out I have stage 1 ovarian cancer. So basically, I didn't have any symptoms. The only symptoms I kind of noticed was bloating, but like that, I felt like that was my norm because I had 2 kids, and after those 2 kids, like my stomach never went back totally flat. So I always thought that was a normal for me. So I didn't think none of it. I didn't have any other symptoms, like I didn't have any pain, any issues that I can be like, okay, I need to go see a doctor, right? Because I'm always the person that goes see a doctor. Like, I get my pap smears, I get, STD checks if I was single. Like, those are the things that I would do. And I normally every year go get a physical and get my blood work done. So it will be nothing for me to just go to the doctor if I'm having some weird awkward symptoms, right? So basically, I found out I was pregnant. That was April 22nd. I found out I was pregnant. And then April 26th, I rushed myself to the emergency room because I was bleeding or whatever. So I was having a miscarriage at the same time, all in 1 week. So they did an ultrasound. They checked my left ovary. They said it was good. It had a little bitty cyst in there. And they checked my uterus. They didn't see any yolk sac, any baby, nothing. So they felt like it was too early. They checked my left ovaries, and they couldn't visualize the ovary, but they couldn't visualize that that was a mass there, because I guess the mass was so big they couldn't figure out what was there and why my ovary wasn't visualized. So after that, they told me, that I could be in the early pregnancy stage, and I could be, having um, I could be having either a miscarriage, or I could be having implantation at this time. The baby could be implanting or whatever, right? Because they felt like it was too soon. They did HCG hormone testing, and the numbers was at 17. So that indicated that I was like really early in my pregnancy. That's what they, that's what they recommended, and that's how they, felt like they figured things out, right? So the ER physician informed me to follow up with the OBGYN in 2 weeks. And the reason why they wanted me to wait 2 weeks, because they wanted to see if there was a growth in the baby, a growth going on. So I waited 2 weeks. I went to see an OBGYN. She recommended an ultrasound. She did an ultrasound. Ultrasound came back weird. She was like, hey, something weird is going on with your left ovary. She said it looks like there's multiple cysts in your left ovary or whatever, or a mass. I can't distinguish which one it is, but it's something in your left ovary is going on. She said most likely it looks like it could be cancer, but I'm not too sure. I just want to get a second opinion, so I'm going to send you to a gynecologist or oncology. So I wound up a week later going to see a gynecologist or oncologist, which is a gynecologist, a GYN that deals with cancer. And they specialize in like cancer patients that have like ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, like stuff like that deals with like a lot of reproductive systems. Um, so I went to see her, and she looked at the previous ultrasound, and she was just like, yeah, it looks like you have some growth going on in your left ovaries. It looks like a ovarian cyst the size of a grapefruit, or a mass the size of a grapefruit. and we have to immediately get this out. I want to just take this out of you. At this point, I'm confused because I don't even know about like whether it's cancerous or not. They just keep saying a mass or a growth or a cyst, and I'm thinking it's a mass growth or cyst. That's it. Like, I'm not even thinking of cancer, right? So anywho, I was supposed to have the surgery. The first surgery was supposed to be on July 1st, right? But then it got pushed back because of my insurance. I had some weird insurance that, the hospital did not accept. So I had to change insurance immediately, which I did. And then they pushed the surgery back to July 8th. So, but July 8th, the Hurricane Barrel hit Texas, so they had to cancel the surgery, and then it was delayed again. So then July 29th, I actually had the surgery, and they removed the tumor, and at that time they sent the tumor to pathology. When it went to pathology is, they study diseases, cancer, stuff like that. So the tumor went to pathology. Pathology, did preliminary testing. At this point, the results came back benign for cancer. So I was excited. I was like, oh my God, yes, thank you, Lord Jesus. Like, it came back benign, right? I'm so excited. So then I want to say like 2 weeks went by, because I had to get my staples out in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks went by. I had got my staples out, and then I had a follow-up appointment after that. So then when I had the follow-up appointment on the video visit, the physician got on there, and she was like, hey, yeah, the first results came back benign. I'm like, I'm still excited at this point. She was like, but wait, I knew something wasn't right. I knew there's no way this big tumor, because mind you, it was the size of a grapefruit, right? But it grew from within 1 to 2 weeks, it grew to the size of a pineapple. At this time that it grew the size of a pineapple, that's when I discovered some pain down there. And the pain was so excruciating, I had went to the ER twice because of this. And that's when I started discovering symptoms, right? Just that, and I think constipation. Those two was the main symptoms once it grew bigger than it was supposed to be. Anyway, so they did the preliminary results, right? It came back benign. But then when I had my follow-up, the doctor said they did further testing, and the capsule around the ovary was cancer. And she said it was stage 1A cancer. She told me that at this point, she recommended that I do chemo. And it was stage 1 germ cell teratoma. Well, the teratoma is a tumor, but the germ cell was the cancer or whatever. So, which normally happens in teenagers. Like, it normally happens in 13-year-olds on up, when they start to change hormones and menstrual cycles start to come or whatever. But I don't know how mine's happen in the age of 35. I'm not sure. So anywho, she was like, you have to do, we recommend chemotherapy, and it's going to be 3 cycles. 3 cycles is 3 weeks, but it's stretching it out. So you have to do 5 days of chemotherapy. The first day is intense, but the rest of the days should go a little bit better. And then, so that's for 1 week, 1 full week, and then 2 week no chemo. And then you do it again, you come back that 4th week and do chemo that whole entire week. and then you rest 2 weeks without chemo, and then you come the last time for 1 full week without chemo. Well, that kind of devastated me a little bit. It took my heart. Like, it just was like, what's going on? After a while, I just prayed about it and just let it all be in God's hands. During this time, mind you, I'm a nurse, so I had a job at this point, but when I had to have surgery, they let me go. And during this time, like, I had no funds, no insurance. I'm still getting unemployment for right now. And Medicaid in Texas is totally different. Like, you cannot get Medicaid while you're on unemployment. Like, they make it seem like that's your income, which it's not, right? It's not enough. So I didn't get chemo right now because I'm waiting to get a job so that I can have better insurance to help me, get my chemo treatments. The insurance that I do have is real cheap, and it's like, I don't have support, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't have support. So I've been doing all this stuff all my life. My mom and my dad, they real, I was fortunate when I was younger, but when I made 18, I was on my own. Anywho, and I'm 35, so I've been doing this by myself, like, whatever. So, anyway, the insurance that I do have is cheap, so it's not really paying for the chemo treatments or the visits for the doctor. So I had to take a step back and just ask my doctor, well, can I work and do chemo? She told me that I can work and I can do chemo. So right now, what I'm doing right now is just trying to get a job first, get the insurance so that I can pay for my 3 cycles of chemo treatment or whatever. But that's my story. I wanted to tell y'all my journey. Normally I really don't talk much because I just like to get through it. Like, I don't like to keep on repeating what's going on with me. Like, I'd rather just get through it and let God deal with it and let it all go in God's hands. Like, that's me. That's always been me. But let me know what y'all recommend. Let me know, comment below. Let me know if y'all have any recommendations on any kind of funding, whether it's GoFundMe, whether it's something else. Just let me know. Please let me know and fill me with y'all comments and word of wisdom and just joy. Thank y'all so much for listening. Bye.